All of us are familiar with the phenomenon of intermittent hypoxemic episodes. Mostly it happens in the extreme premature babies or babies 28 weeks and below, and in some babies up to 30 weeks. When they are starting to grow, when they reach full feeds or progressing with the feeds, we often see that the lung is improving, but we see frequent desaturations. It's not apnea because the respiratory effort is still okay, and it's more like shunting in the lung with the labile pulmonary pressures. And mostly it happens either because of the FRC going down or because of the pulmonary vascular resistance changing when the baby is agitated, hungry, and so on. So I told you in the beginning about the FRC fluctuating with feeds. So most of these episodes happen in babies on 2-hourly feeds. And so take the measures to reduce the reflex and continue a relatively stable pressure up to 32 weeks of the weight of 1.25 kilos. So when the volume is maintained, the chances of the intermittent hypoxemia coming is less. So you can use CPAP in some babies where the pressure limit is more, but high flow at 3 liters or 4 liters may be adequate in most of these cases. So you just maintain it till 32. And recently a study showed that keeping CPAP till 34 weeks improves the pulmonary mechanics as they grow. Of course, you don't need to keep till 34 weeks because most of us start offering suck feeds at 33 weeks onwards, and by 34, 35 weeks they're home. So you need to keep the pressure till they are reaching a reasonably stable period without intermittent hypoxemia. And remember, caffeine is a good drug to be on, but don't go to high doses of caffeine with intermittent hypoxemia because that's not the remedy. The remedy is keeping the FRC, and so focus on the pressure delivery rather than caffeine or other measures. And feed pattern is important. If there is skin to skin care, make sure the mother does it regularly and there is no squeezing effect on the tummy when the mother is holding, so the nurse should guide her properly. So I mentioned that you keep these babies on 2-hourly feeds. Don't go to 3-hourly feeds till the baby is off respiratory support because the relative volume is 1/3 less. So less chances of reflux. It's just logic. And educate the nursing team on how to increase the flow or pressure for a brief time after episode of recurrent desaturation. So it's to recognize that a desaturation episode once can happen with handling or something, but if it's recurrent, that means for some reason the FRC has gone down, as we discussed in the beginning. So we need to recruit the lung volume, and they can increase the flow if you're on high flow by 1 to 2 liters, and then reduce back once the baby is stable. So 2 to 3 hours, over they can come back to the previous setting. And if they are on CPAP, they can increase the pressure by 1 to do the same. And if it doesn't improve with that, they definitely need to call the physician to review. But don't rush to do septic screen or start antibiotics in a baby who is relatively stable, where the only risk is intermittent hypoxemic episode. So try to maintain the FRC for 2-3 hours. If a baby has had recurrent apnea, most of them are pale. They are relatively quiet at that time, but once you stabilize and correct them, they improve. So wait for the 2-3 hours if the baby is clinically stable before you decide to do septic screen or start antibiotics.